For the activity this week, you're going to create a map from some research that you do related to ethnic surnames. And this is a lot like the Louisiana study that's in the textbook. So I did some research on the most common Asian Pacific surname and the most common Hispanic names, and those are given to you on the exercise. But what you're going to need to do is we want to do mapping by zip codes. So you're going to click on this website, and this link is in the activity directions as well. And you're going to click on the tab Find a Person. And the first person on the list, it's last name, sorry, is Nugent. And the first zip code that we want to find is 97401. So I'm going to say find how many Nugents there are in Eugene, and it says that there are 7 in that 97401 listing. Okay, so we're going to collect data. I'm going to move this over here, and I did this first name for you. So by going through that process in the web yellow pages, I was able to find in each of these zip code areas how many people with that last name live in that area or are listed in that area. So you're going to do that for Lee, Kim, Patel, and Tran, and then you're going to do that for the Hispanic last names, Garcia, Rodriguez, Martinez, Hernandez, and Lopez. Then when you're done, you're going to create some maps based on the data that you collected. So I'm going to close this. So I did this for practice, not with not with Asian last names, but with Scottish last names. I made this up, by the way, so these numbers aren't real. Okay, so let's say I had these Scottish last names: McKnight, McKing, McSmith, McDonald, and McHammer. And I used the yellow pages and I looked up how many people with that last name were in the phone book. Now this isn't actually how many people, this is how many phones, or how many, there might be 7 people living at one address, but we're only getting one phone listing. So there's some flaws in the data collection method right there. Anyway, you're going to collect your data and then you're going to create a sum. Okay, so I have a sum column here. It's not Asian, it's Scottish. Okay, so once I have the summary, I'm going to find out what my number range is. And my highest number is 33. My lowest number is 9. So my numbers range from 33 to 9. I subtract this and say, okay, I have a 24 number range from 9 to 33. I want to make a map that has 4 colors or 4 classes. So I'm going to take my number range, 24, and divide it by 4. This means that there are 6 classes in each of my color groups. So if I start at 9 and I add 6, that gives me 15. So my first category is 9 to 15. My second category, if I add 6, I get 21. So my second category is 15 to 21, and so forth up to 33. So then I look at my numbers and I look at my categories, and I see that 97426 had 9, so that fits in this area, and 97403 had 9, so that fits in that color category for my map. So now I'm going to be able to make a map where these 2 zip codes are one color, these 2 zip codes are another color, these 2 zip codes are a third color, and these 2 zip codes are a fourth color. And we're going to be making what's called a color intensity map, or a choropleth map. So once you have your data collection, I'm going to see if I can minimize this. What I did was I opened up Paint, which apparently here it is. For my computer, it is under All Programs, Accessories, and Paint. So there's my Paint. And I'm going to open up the JPEG, and I will put the JPEG on the school site or on the Moodle site. Let's see. And so there I have my color scheme, or my first map for, pretend this says Scottish, not Hispanic, but yours will say Hispanic. Okay, so now I'm going to start applying color and mapping this. Now you can print this out and shade it in on your own. You can put it in the Dropbox when you come to take your exam next week. You can take a picture of it and attach it in Moodle, or you can do it this way and attach it in Moodle. So my first color range is 9 to 15, and it's 9, 4 to 6, and 403. So that's going to be my lightest color, and I'm going to just do mine with light blue. So I'm going to click the blue and the paint, and I said it was 03 is light blue, and I've forgotten already what the other one is, 246. Okay, so those two are my first range, and there's that. And then I'm going to type in my range is 9 to 15. Now when you do this, you're going to have different color ranges, and so there's my color range for my category. My second category is 977 and 78, so that'll be my next darkest blue. I'm going to go with this one, and the pot 77 and 78 is actually two pieces, so then this is 15 to 21. I wonder if I can change that box. I haven't used paint in a while, so I'm not really great at it. And then my next category is 01 and 02, so that's going to be my next blue. Oops. Whoops, here we go. 01 and 02. Ooh, I have a map issue. Oh well. Okay, so this worked when I tried it earlier. So anyway, I want you to play around with trying to make that map, and then my dark color would be this, but for some reason that's not showing up, although it mapped fine earlier. Anyway, so this is the process that you can go through to create a map that shows the potential for the distribution of different ethnic groups in the area. That's a totally bad demo, but I think it'll get you through. Worst comes to worst, you can print it off and you can color it in by hand. You can also use different gradients of patterns, so light dots and then heavy dots for the most densely populated area. And then you're going to make some decisions about the distribution of food pantries and ethnic foods in the neighborhood. So good luck with that.